Hi there. It's night time. We had a little chat. I wasn't sure if this musings episode was comedic or philosophical. It's a kind of a mix, so I call it Comedilosophy. Why am I doing this? Well, the flat earth's really funny. I don't understand those who get angry and upset, because it is super funny. There's divine magic everywhere on the flat earth, and that's pretty funny itself, and massively empowering. A small warning before we start: if you get offended, simply know you are just in the subjective state of being offended. Nothing will actually happen. I think we need to have a little giggle about some stuff occurring due to the flat earth paradigm shift that's in its infancy, but for sure well underway. Flat earth is a modern day IQ test, a great barometer, because with all the information kicking about, with the internet, with smartphones, with knowing intelligent friends, if you in today's world still cling to the spinning globe's train wreck, then it's just a fact. You have some IQ issues. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're not a nice person. I mean, do you know in 2016 people still believe NASA, a military agency, because they put CGI images online? Do they believe curvature exists, though it's never been found? They believe it's okay that a vacuum exists next to spinning atmosphere, and that thrusters using fuel can work in a vacuum. They claim that air spins with the Earth, but on the other hand, they also claim the Coriolis effect exists. They know the moon always faces the Earth, and believe all the Apollo landing sites were near the centre of this face. But then they can't answer why the Earth would ever be on the horizon of the moon, as it is in the official CGI images. They believe there is a big hump of water between America and Hawaii, where water goes up for miles and then down for miles, in a giant hump. They believe that. They can't say they don't, because that is the Ball Earth model. Funnily enough, 100% of these same people also believe crop circles are drunk farmers mucking about, and that dinosaurs were real. And with this guy recently, he's been on the DMT and he's been eating the good food and he's going on about the New World Order, and after an hour he brings up aliens and planets and space, and my jaw drops. I'm like, I just don't want to go there. I'm having a day off, I'm trying to socialise, it's quite rare for me, trying to just chill out. And he goes on and on about this sort of aliens and galaxy stuff, and when he says satellites, it's the final straw. And I turn around really calmly and I'm like, nah mate, satellites don't exist. And he stops and he looks at me like, are you crazy? I'm like, I'm not being funny mate, but space is all a hoax. And he soon makes his excuses and walks off. Because like, you're hanging out with this guy you know, and you like him, and he comes out with some spinning globes galaxy stuff, and you're like, ooh, oof, oh dear, yeah, he's a bit dim, he's a bit slow, and a wave of pity engulfs you. And then you think about giggling or going home or bringing out some flat earth truths, and you look at, for the next few hours you're looking at him with this sort of globe head filter. What I love at the moment, I love these new ages that are on the spinning ball. The Galactic Federation told my master lot. I mean, these people, they're like always going through changes, aren't they? Oh, there's so much transformation at the moment. The galactic energy is changing. Yeah, galaxies don't exist, mate. And also the new age spinning globes pregnancy gangs. I mean, have you seen all this? No, your womb is not giving birth to a spinning globe planet. It's complete madness to think so. You know, these people need to go and get some help from one of their healer friends. I mean, this is madness. And sometimes you strike gold, don't you? Someone says, I like this one. I really like this one. We are all made from stardust. What? What is that? What? So these bright lights in the sky are dusty? What are these people on about? Well, the mantelpiece on the star hasn't been dusted? What is going on here? You are made of stardust. I don't know about stardust, more like brain rust. I like this one. So you're in a pub and Terry the Globehead is there. All right, Wakey. Hi, Terry the Globehead. Hey, I've been online this week, researching, and I found out the Earth is actually flat. Oh, I don't care about that sort of stuff. Get the beers in. What do you mean you don't care? Don't make any difference to me. No? Nah, could be any shape. Triangle, square, cube. I don't care. Don't make a jot of difference to anyone. What do you mean doesn't make any difference? Don't make any difference, does it? Is it? Doesn't make a difference that your government is lying, universities are lying, science is lying, billions of dollars are stolen, children are taught they are atheistic space monkeys, and the true divine reality is hidden from humanity. Nah, don't make any difference, mate. Don't matter. Get the pints in, Wakey, and we can watch some football and swear a lot, and go outside for a cigarette at half time and moan about the boss and the missus. Yeah, the old it doesn't make a difference gang. I mean, these lot are great. I try and collect these comments. They're really funny. Sometimes I'm in the mood to go full tilt flat earth with someone. It's quite rare, but sometimes I'm just really feeling it. And they look at me like I'm crazy. Like there's real pity towards me. They're like, poor guy, look. They're really feeling it. They're really feeling like, oh no, poor guy, he believes the world's flat. And I say, okay, give me proof of the globe. And they look at me like, yeah, of course I can. And then it goes all like the cop on the movie Dark City, when one asks him the directions to get to Shell Beach, and he says, I know how to get to Shell Beach. You take this road and and the eyes glaze over. And I love this face the globeheads make. I mean, it's great. It's worth the carnation alone to witness humans clinging to an unproven lie. It's super comedic. It's super funny. And I know I need to grow up, but I did some work on my inner child, and he took a baseball bat to my inner seriousness. I'm currently looking for a new age workshop that will help me get in touch with my inner seriousness, but they don't seem to exist. And sometimes being around too many globeheads, you can see them. You can see it's in their faces. They actually are, in their consciousness, flying through space.
How you doing? Hey, did you know the Earth is flat?
Huh?
Did you know the Earth is flat?
No, it's not.
It is.
How I found that out?
You got to look it up. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find me there. You find everybody there. Because the heavens are above. You can't leave. You can't go into space. That means there's no rockets in space. There's no satellites in space. They don't.
You punking me?
No, it's a lie. It's a lie. And we don't have a Congress. We don't have a president. We're ruled by one entity. It's called the New World Order. There's no justice. There's just criminals. It's hard to explain all in a couple of seconds, but you're living in a realm, not a planet.
All right.
We're spiritual beings. When we die, we go up. There's the only way to get out.
All right.
Take care.
I mean, being on the globe is just so ungrounding. You're spinning, flying through space, next to a massive burning thing that will implode any day, sending out massive flares bigger than the Earth. No wonder people are arguing and in subconscious mass trauma. Change jobs, rush around the city, move house all the time, change relationship. It's all spinning globe stuff. And these globeheads say to me, you're using memes. Yes, I'm using creative image and text. Instead of just using text, which is kind of dull, doesn't do anything visually, and instead of just using an image, kind of dry, I'm using image and text. Yeah, it's called creativity. And instead of a 10-minute video, I can get a snapshot of image and text. So yes, I am using what you could call memes. It's intellectual and creative. Yeah, but you're using memes. Yes, and you're using text. I'm using text and image, which is more than what you're using. I mean, this is the level of IQ I'm dealing with sometimes. It's a fast way of presenting information. I don't really know any other quicker way of presenting information. This is ludicrous. And I meet these other people, and they do a bit of truth stuff regarding GMOs and vaccines and corporate meat stuff. But when it gets down to space not existing, it's too much for them. Oh, I feel we need to look at these things and talk about it. I mean, these people, they can talk about a yogi tea bag being so much better than a supermarket tea bag for about 6 hours, and how stevia is better than organic brown sugar for about 4 hours. But when it comes to discussing how space doesn't exist, nope, no way, not even a second. The walls go up. I saw online recently a post, I think it was on Facebook. You lot, flat earthing it up. Do you really believe this flat earth lie, or are you just trying to scare people? What do you mean, scare people? Boo, Earth's flat. Ooh, Earth's flat. What am I going to do? Put a white sheet over my head and walk around at night? Earth's flat. But the reality is, people do get scared. The whole reality tunnel gets melted. It gets shaken up. They start to wobble. I mean, money creation is a scam. Inflation's a scam. Terror, food, everything else. People can just about integrate all that. Just about. But you tell them space isn't real and nobody knows what's at the edge of our reality, and ooh, people get wobbly. Wobbled up. Wibbly wobbly. Wonky donkey. Serious, I've seen it. Numerous times, repeatable, scientific method. Tell someone Earth's flat. Watch them wobble. Wibble, wibble, wobble, wobble. I picked up this young hitchhiker. He was a bit anti-system, didn't want the career thing. He knew about tax and central banks. And I had about 15 minutes down the motorway with him, and I was feeling it. It was brewing. And the car was going fast, so he couldn't get out. And he got the full spinning globes deconstruction. And he was like, no, I'm still not feeling it. And I showed him the Mediterranean Sea out the window. And you could see Africa. And when he got out the car, he was wobbling, mate. He was wibbly wobbly. Oh, I don't need this today, man, he said. He was drunk on flat earth. I mean, most times I don't bother. I pick someone up, pick up a hitchhiker, drop them off. But sometimes I'm feeling it, and 15 minutes is a personal best. I prefer 20 or 25 minutes, but it can be done in 15s. So I was having a little think about this recently as well. Yeah, we're decommissioning the space shuttle. Oh yeah. What does it do? Oh, it goes to space. Yeah, how many times has it gone to space? Loads of times. Yep, this thing takes human beings to space and can dock with the space station. So you're not going to sell it. You know, you've not got a better model coming out. Are you going to give this to someone else? You know, give it to another company, or so other human beings can go to space? Nah. So what are you going to do? We're just going to take it apart. Take it apart. This machine that can go to space, and you're going to take it apart. Why? Because we are. Yeah, it's called decommissioning. It goes to space. Yep. And everyone thinks this behaviour is okay. Someone said to me, well, it wasn't safe. Well, it will improve or replace the bits that weren't safe. It went to space and returned many times in the globeheads' minds, so surely it can do it again with a few replaced parts. Or if the chassis had a problem, rebuild the chassis. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? The real reason it got taken out of service is because it was around the time everyone had internet in the homes. Everyone had just about got internet at home. And everyone could pretty simply soon begin to work out it's a pile of CGI junk most of the time. It's a hollow glider. I mean, have you ever taken your car to bits for no reason? No. It's all madness. It can only be believed on the spinning globe, or if you've got severe IQ issues. I read this online recently. Globe heads are statist, indoctrinated, vaccinated, fluoridated, calcified, programmed and brainwashed free-range prisoners. Slaves to tradition, not an independent thought in their heads, completely devoid of any imagination or critical thinking. They need knowledge spoon-fed to them. Because with the spinning globes, that's where the Matrix is. The Matrix doesn't exist on the flat Earth. It's not there. I've looked. I've walked around looking for it, and it just ain't there. But on the spinning globes, you have all sorts of nonsense. You really do. Complete rubbish. And I was on the spinning globe for years, and it's rubbish. Complete nonsense.
Stop, go, walk here, drive there. All action basically for survival, all communication simply to keep this ant colony buzzing along in an efficient, polite manner. Here's your change. Paper or plastic? Credit or debit? You want ketchup with that? I don't want a straw. I want real human moments. I want to see you. I want you to see me.
But are you actually really living on the flat Earth? So some people believe the Earth is flat. Some people sort of know the Earth is flat. But there are many within these two groups that are not actually really living on the flat Earth. Because if you actually live on the flat Earth, you know you are in a divine reality. And many are not living their lives as such. There's no sacredness, there's no magic. And this is a funny contradiction. It's like a mass group of flat earth atheists are out there. It's like saying, inversely, divine, sacred, random space monkey from the Big Bang. It's a strange contradiction. Many people who believe flat earth, they don't know, they believe, are super rational heads. They're not actually living on the flat earth. At heart, they are atheists, spending hours arguing over some numbers or a take on an equation. It's ultimately a complete waste of time, and one is better off evolving the spirit and soul. For you have to know and feel 100% the Earth is flat to actually be on it. And really being on the flat Earth is where the surreal becomes so real.
Hi.
What? Who's this? What's going on? This is Wakey Musings, episode 3. How did you get in here?
I'm the angel of the flat earth.
I knew I shouldn't have munched on that jungle juice earlier.
I've come to tell you some things.
Wow.
Those really living upon the flat earth, those who have the FE awakening fully integrated into their daily lives, will experience no archons, ever.
How's that so?
Because there are no archons on the flat earth.
Is this because of all the divine magic everywhere on the flat earth?
Partly, it is also because the globeheads live in a fake concept of a massive expansive universe with millions of planets with different aliens. This opens them up to archons etherically. The archons remain in their aura, munching on them. Remember, archons only exist on the heliocentric soul lure system.
Oh, baby globe lies since birth. There are no archons on the flat earth. They say in NASA, lies come first, But there are no archons on the flat earth. Are no archons on the flat earth. I also realised there's no ticking clocks on the flat earth. No alarm clocks. No mafia. It's all too archonic. GMOs only exist on the spinning ball model as well. Even the globehead's calendar, that doesn't work properly, doesn't belong on the flat earth. It's an archonic finance calendar for capitalism. It disconnects us from nature and cycles in the sky. We need a flat earth timekeeping method, a real one, like the Maya and Indians both had. There's lies and hoaxes all over the spinning ball earth, but so much more honesty on the flat earth. We are totally electromagnetic. On the spinning ball, couples say they gravitated together. On the flat earth we say, we are electromagnetically charged. It's all so much more real. The surreal becomes so real. Here is an advert for any globeheads listening. Come live on the flat earth. It's amazing. We have divine magic everywhere. Come, it's free, and you don't have to travel anywhere. It's right under your feet and physical body. There's no totalitarian authority here. The animals and nature are already here. So please come to the still and flat earth. Terms and conditions don't apply.
Our lives have been completely changed, obviously, by the impact of Hindus and
With the flat earth model and our true cosmology, what we know is that we don't know our cosmology. We know that we don't know. We have conscious amnesia, which is so much better than subconscious amnesia. I've spent years now looking at flat earth, and I'm happy to admit it. My name is Mark, and I don't know where I am. but I know I have this body. I can have experience. I can move these arms and legs, and I can move it all about and create. And there's divine energy everywhere. But I don't know what I'm doing here, save for equalizing karma and trying to evolve the soul. And I don't know where I am. But I'm not on a spinning ball. And that's about all I know. I don't know where I am. And I'm good with that, because I kind of love where I am. It's a gift. So much beauty, so much emotion and feeling. I do think there are other lands, as the Vedas told us, but I don't know how far or in which direction. Here's a little Buddhist story for those going crazy about needing to know the whole model and cosmology. And I will say here, it's a shame modern day religious Buddhism has been hacked at the top with a strange twisted type of atheistic communism, but that's for another time. One day, a man called Malunk Yapata approached the master and demanded that he explain the origin of the universe to him. He even threatened to cease to be his follower if the Buddha's answer was not satisfactory. The Buddha calmly retorted that it was of no consequence to him whether or not Malunk Yapata followed him, because the truth did not need anyone's support. Then the Buddha said that he would not go into a discussion of the origin of the universe. To him, gaining knowledge about such matters was a waste of time, because a man's task was to liberate himself from the present, not the past or the future. To illustrate this, Buddha related the parable of a man who was shot by a poisoned arrow. The foolish man refused to have the arrow removed until he found out all about the person who shot the arrow. By the time his attendants discovered these unnecessary details, the man was dead. Similarly, our immediate task is to evolve, not to worry about our beginnings. So in the Flat Earth community, there are so many Google Hangouts each week. Come join us for another Google Hangout. What, another one? Yes, 3 hours long. 3 again every week? Yep, doing another one. Listen to us. Well, what are you going to talk about? Flat Earth. Yeah, we know it's flat. We worked it out. We know. Flat Earth. Google Hangout. 3 hours. You got anything new to tell us? No, but we will gossip about many other people. So you want me to tune in for 3 hours to listen to Flat Earth talk? I already know it's flat. I'm on it. I'm totally living on the flat plane, totally integrated into my life, 100%. And you want me to tune in? I mean, 3 hours is a long time. I can do a lot of stuff. And not only am I listening to you for 3 hours, but I got to watch your head. I got to watch your bonce on my screen, face and everything. Your mug on my screen, your bonce wobbling about. What is going on? I don't know. I mean, people can do what they want, and I'm not in the state of being subjectively offended. But some people doing so many Google Hangouts about flat Earth. I mean, many of these people believe it's flat, but are not actually on the flat Earth. Google Hangout, episode 4000,000,002. Okay, I'll tune in. What's the subject about this week? Oh, there's no subject this week, no theme. We're just having a hangout. We're just hanging out on Google. Well, why don't you hang out on Skype without an audience? So it's like this. I'm just phoning my nan. Hold on, nan. We're just going to talk about the weather and whether she wants me to get her some pickled onions or some Murray mince. And I'm going to Skype my nan. Hold on, nan. Don't do a Skype. Let's do it live to YouTube. Well, why are you doing that, grandson? Because I'm a narcissist who craves attention. But what the audience going to get from it, grandson? Nothing. But they will see me and I might get some comments and I feel kind of lost and empty without it. Hundreds of Google Hangouts dilutes flat Earth information. Someone new to flat Earth types in flat Earth, he has 1,000 Hangouts to choose from. It is dilution. There are also people taking themselves so very seriously. Too many grown-up adults having the disease called seriousness-itis. But it's not so bad, as some have globalitis and seriousness-itis. That's pretty severe. Wow. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. Now one could go deeper into all this and see how many popular flat Earth dudes have come under the umbrella of True Frequency Radio and the rubbish True Frequency Radio is putting out these days. But I got better things to do than go down this road of research. I'm really not bothered. I'm not going to go into the levels of Botox on the sack of potatoes hangouts. It's easy. What is funny, it's easy to see views and comments are purchased. Hi, great show. Really nice. Loved it. Can't wait for the next one. And I like reading and swimming. He's got to try a little bit harder. Anyway, back to the gags. 3 globeheads walk in a bar and get drunk because they're not happy, because they're on a spinning ball riddled with archons. Globehead and a flat earther walk into a bar. Globehead starts being insulting. Flat Earth records it live to Google Hangouts. 20 globeheads walk into a field, get really bored, and leave. 20 flat earthers walk into a field, make a mini utopia, and don't actually want to leave. So humanity is splitting, not by colour or by location or by race, but by organic truths, but by information. Anti-New World Order people tend to group together. Vegan people group together. Flat Earth people are grouping together. Humanity is splitting into kinds. And this is much due to the internet. The sterile mutants are coming in just one generation's time. The cancer generation is pretty much almost upon us. And racism as we know it will change. You could be a Piscesist. You're a globadist. We are becoming very diverse. The elite have got a problem, as they will want to sabotage Flat Earth into a particular group, such as left-wing hippies or far-right religious. But they can't, as Flat Earth covers the whole spectrum, and that's why it's so powerful. I know some hippie types who are super anti-Flat Earth, and I know some super affluent types who are super into Flat Earth. The demographic cannot be pinned down or modelled. I always wanted the world to change, and it did. People say, I want to change the world, but you don't need to do anything. You just need to step. You don't even need to step. You don't even have to move. Just come to the flat earth. You don't even need to lift a finger. It's all in your head, in your bonds. You can change the world right now.